the word, niggas? It's your boy Goldmine checking in, aka Malik Assad, the Lion King. And man, tonight, it's an epiphany came to me, man. I'm starting up my empire. I'm starting to put my mind on my money and money on my mind. And a lot of things is dawning on me right now. So, the topic of today is, three things. We're going to go over tolerating disrespect, being your authentic self, and believing in yourself, right? But before we start, me starting up this business, I'm trying out different branding techniques. So one of the first branding techniques I had, I literally was like, yo, I'm gonna wear a gold do-rag, man. He was like, yo, who that gold do-rag nigga all over social media? That was gonna be my branding. So I'm like, you know what? I'm picking back up on that. That's my branding technique, and I'm gonna roll with it. So, again, trying out different things. We're gonna see which ones stick. But for now, I feel really comfortable with Goldmine. You feel me? I feel like my alter ego or some shit, like Austin Powers Gold member or some shit, Goldmine, So that's what we rocking with. So anyway, first order of business. The first one we gonna get into is tolerating disrespect. Now, as a man of God, one of my favorite quotes from the book of Proverbs is Proverbs 22, verse 1, where it says, a good name is rather to be had than rubies and gold. So, my interpretation, of that is that your character matters more than the things that you quote unquote possess. Because you could possess a lot of shit and still be an ain't shit nigga. And it'll also even be worse if you ain't got shit and you still an ain't shit nigga. But I digress for that. That's another story. But basically, yeah. A lot of people think it's okay. It gives them a license to be assholes, dickheads, bitch ass motherfuckers, disrespectful, belittling, condescending, and all the above to people simply because they got a little money. Not even game changing money. Not to say it matters, but you'll see they say money is the root of all evil. I disagree. Money reveals to you a person's true character because they feel like they don't have to hide it no more. Now, I say all this to say, throughout my life, people have come in and out of my life to tell me what to do, how I should be moving, what I should be doing, etc., etc. And these same motherfuckers wasn't helping me or the people I love when we was going through the worst times in our life. But as soon as motherfuckers think that you could be a good worker ant, niggas will pop out the woodwork like a fucking Matrix. Like, yo, Malik, here, come join this shit over here. I need you. I got you, bro. We gon' really make it big together, bro. And I've always fall for the trap. I'll be hype. I'm like, oh shit, my homie, circle back, man. He ain't forget about the bros and shit. I'll get all hype. I'll start preparing to, jump on the ship and everything. But then right before, every time, it's like God sending me like a wake-up call. Right before I jump on that ship thinking everything is sweet, God will show me the lack of respect people truly have for me. And they won't even notice. The funniest thing, these niggas, I don't even think doing it consciously, but it's just who they are. And I hope they not. I hope they ain't doing it consciously. So anyway, God will show you like, oh, these niggas don't really respect you. And then you'll have to take a self-diagnostic and say, listen, if I join a part of this shit, I know I'm doing it in spite of feeling disrespected and being disrespected. So what kind of nigga does that make me? That makes me a dick rider. That makes me a bandwagon hopper. When you lose all your morals, just so you can make a buck. And that's never been my MO. I've never been a dick rider. Nobody could ever say I dick rode. I fucking rode the wave of somebody. I stay to my fucking self 99% of the time. So the reason I bring this up, the topic is tolerating disrespect. This isn't just with money. This goes in any form of life. Also, the same chapter, Proverbs 22, verse 2, it tells you the rich and poor meet together and the Lord created both of them. So this goes for everybody. When somebody doesn't respect you, you gotta believe them. Don't fight for no quote unquote respect, because respect, in my opinion, is something it's a gift, right? You can't really force niggas to respect you, because you're gonna end up looking corny and looking like a tryhard. But what you could do is not tolerate disrespect, which in turn will actually make niggas respect you more. Because when someone doesn't respect you, but they still fucking around with you and they in your vicinity, does not mean that motherfucker cares about you. It just means they're using you for ultimate purpose until they can discard you again. That's why you gotta believe motherfuckers. When niggas leave your life and you see them everywhere except where you be at, chilling with everybody you know and saying, like, checking up on everybody except for you, but then out of nowhere they circle back on some like, yo bro, I got something for us, bro, we out. I don't believe that shit. And it's funny because I feel like I'm living in the Matrix, because I witnessed that kind of shit so many times from relatives, friends alike, where I'll be minding my business and out of nowhere niggas will have an epiphany to care about me again. Like niggas ain't fucking ignored my existence for years and shit. So God told me to smarten up this time. He said, Malik, what you gotta start understanding is that niggas don't respect you. You feel me? And that's okay, because the little niggas gonna choose they respect. But the one thing you can't do as a human being is tolerate disrespect. When somebody verbally disrespects you or treats you like you're disposable or tries to like be condescending to you in a way that's like it fucks with your humanity, you'll be a fucking dickhead to continue on in that path. So the one thing God showed me is that, look, Malik, what you do have to do is that you got to stop waiting for people to believe in you. Now this goes into believing in yourself, the next topic. You got to stop waiting for motherfuckers to believe in you, and you got to believe in yourself first. Because a lot of times we'll get into this motion of like, oh man, wait till all the gang get together, wait till everybody's on the same page, and then boom, everything will work out perfectly, right? That's like a imaginary utopia land we living in our mind that, oh, one day everybody gonna wake up and we gonna work as a team and get this shit done. It's not gonna happen. I wasted the better part of my 20s trying to start stuff with people, and they just don't see the vision as much as I could see it. That's not their fault necessarily, because it's my vision. So the thing I realized I have to do is I have to be the first one to believe in my vision. And believing in yourself is also a sign of self-respect. If you don't believe in yourself and people can see that you've been waiting and not attacking, then people take that as a sign of not having confidence in what you believe in. So by turn, because they see that you're disrespecting yourself, they're gonna feel like they have the license to disrespect you. And that's what I learned, is that I'm not tolerating no more disrespect, because I'm not tolerating disrespect from myself anymore. So how do you deal with niggas who disrespect you? And the number one answer is remove yourself. I'm the king of cutting niggas off. I've never in my life have held on to people and cried about cutting them off when I had to. I'm actually known as being a very cold person when it comes to cutting people off. Not because I don't value people, but when I sense people's bullshit, I don't argue with people. And when I do, it means I really care if I do. But when I sense people bullshit, I simply take a big step back and do an about face. And I continue on by my life, walking the other way. And I realize that a lot of us, we hold on to people because we don't want people to leave, because we care about them. But you got to understand, if somebody doesn't respect you, they don't really love you. They can say a lot of shit, but their actions prove otherwise. So yes, you have to believe in yourself. You have a gift. You start that shit up yourself. Stop waiting for people to believe in you. Stop waiting for people to co-sign you, because 9 times out of 10, people is doing all that shit just to use you. They know that you're a person that lacks belief from yourself and other people around you, yet they can see your talent. But they know, man, if I could just gas this nigga up a little bit to get him to get the ball rolling, that'll be perfect. So that's what I realized with everybody. I've supported everybody in they shit. And then when it's time for my shit to be supported, it's silence. It's radio silence. You don't get no likes. You don't get no comments. You don't get shit from these motherfuckers. And then the same motherfuckers who you spend money on, time, resources, discussing their whole shit in thorough, the whole skeleton and everything, getting everything sorted out. These same motherfuckers just act like you don't exist. So I realized there's a lack of respect for myself when I do that. Now the only way I can make niggas respect me is by showing them I respect myself and what the fuck going on over here. Because when shit got real, I know how many people was in my corner. No one could fake that. When times get rough and who was there for you. Niggas can't fake that. Niggas can't replace the people that really was in here helping my mental health and my fucking livelihood stay intact when shit was going left. Now that I'm up and now that I feel great, now that I feel confident, I'm not wasting my time on people that showed that when it was time to prove if they love me, acted like niggas ain't exist. So that's another thing. It's about to get dark. This part of the park is dark. So yeah, don't be stupid. Believe in yourself. Start that shit up yourself. Motivate yourself. Stop waiting for another person to come in your life and tell you your worth and tell you how good you are. Nigga, you already know that. Nigga, we already know that. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I know I got a fucking bomb idea, but can I be successful? The fucking enemy to bright people is doubt. I'm removing all doubt from my fucking sphere. As long as I got Allah with me, nothing is impossible. And I truly believe that. Until he shows me that's not what I want for you and this ain't happening, I'm gonna keep going forward and putting my best foot forward. So always remember that. And the next thing is, last topic, choosing those who choose you. A lot of times in life, we want the love we want and not the love that's given. God will gift you something in love, but because it's not wrapped the perfect way or it's not the exact gift we want, we choose to neglect it and look outside for something else. Gotta stop doing that, brothers and sisters. The love you need is already here. There's nothing outside yourself that you need. God is already with you. That's all the love you need. And then he provides you the people in your life that sustain that love, that help you sustain that love. So you choose those people. You invest your time and your resources into those people. Don't be fake and start abandoning people or going outside of your circle to try to attract more when the people that been there with you was with you when you ain't have shit. So why you gonna build with other motherfuckers who ain't give a fuck if you was alive or not? And there's people who's in your life every day who been waiting. Like, yo, my boy, whenever you ready, just put me down. I'm ready. But instead of accepting that, you want something other than them. That's showing a lack of appreciation. And God in the Quran, Allah says, makes a clear distinction between the shakur and the kafir. Shakur means the grateful ones and the kafirs mean the ungrateful ones. And in the Quran, there's a whole chapter called the Al-Kafirun that explains that the ungrateful are those who go to hell. So when you show a lack of gratitude, that upsets God more than anything, because if he's giving you everything you need and even more so stuff you want as well, but you're choosing to neglect it for things that he doesn't have in your plans for your life, you're showing God that you don't care or respect the shit he's doing for you. So you got to choose who chooses you. Stop choosing people that only choose you when it's convenient, that only choose you when it's a certain situation that's coming up. Choose the people that choose you when shit was bad. Choose the people that choose you when shit wasn't all bright and sunny. You choose those people back. Don't keep choosing other people and neglecting the people that been in your life, giving you everything you need. Start going to sleep being grateful for what you got. And that's what got me far in life. It's simply being grateful. That's what got me connected to God. That's what allowed me to see the kingdom of heaven. Is once I started sitting back and appreciating what I have and stop worrying about what everybody else that isn't giving me or hasn't shown me, I said, man, fuck them. At the end of the day, they outside of my life because God put them there. If God don't want people in your life, no matter the status of them, no matter the clout, whatever, it's for a reason. It's to protect you. It's so that you don't become jaded. You feel me? He wants you to realize everything you got now Every moment is an opportunity, but it's not to make money, it's to make impact. You should be trying to impact people's lives. And anybody that try to take you out of that mission to do some bullshit that only helps them in their pockets, you say no to that shit. And if you do say yes, make sure you keep the mission in fucking tact, and you don't fucking let somebody sway your mind off of your purpose. And that's the important thing in life, is a lot of times we waste time, let people waste our time simply because we love them. So we feel like it's owed to them to waste our time. Or we feel like we owe them our time simply because they demand it. Stop being a sucker. Niggas know. I'm not a person that argues, but niggas could tell when I'm not feeling them no more. I'm a very transparent person energetically. I try to avoid conflict because, like Solomon says in Proverbs, an ungodly man stirs up conflict, but a wise man overlooks the matter. A lot of times when I sense that disrespect, first time, okay, that could be a mistake. Second time, that's the choice of whether or not, all right, this is going to be a pattern. Malik, what do you want to do? Because you know if you continue down this shit, eventually you're going to address it. 9 times out of 10, somebody that's disrespecting you, once you address it, they act like you're the villain. Like, oh boy, who you talking to? Like, whoa, yo, like you're bugging. And I don't feel like none of that because I've been through that so many times. It's like a fucking movie that just keep repeating itself. So I choose to keep my distance. And just, you know what? God bless you, but keep going about your life like you was going about your life, and I'm gonna keep going about my life like I was going about it. So yeah, man, this new me is feeling good, man. Trump is president, man. You know what I'm saying? Black Republicans, shout out to Frederick Douglass, the greatest civil rights leader of all time, advocated all black people vote Republican and advocate for the Republican Party because that's the party that freed us. I've never turned my back on the great black men and women that helped free our people just because it's the cool thing now to vote Democrat. I don't give a fuck if the Democrats was the bad guys or not. I'm voting for whoever voted for my people because God allowed the Republican Party to win that civil war so that his people could be free. Free my people from Egypt, like he said in the Bible. So that's who I give my respect to. Give a fuck about these new age Republicans, nigga. I'm gonna bring that shit back. When they say make America great again, fuck that shit Trump talking about. I'm talking about that shit Frederick Douglass was on. I'm talking about that shit Anna Smith was on, his wife. That's who I'm talking about. I'm not talking about this white supremacist bullshit and all of this fucking back and forth with Democrats. I don't give a fuck about none of that. It's about making sure our people got necessary things that they need to survive and thrive. Not just make it the next day, but actually thrive. You know, if a plant is alive, but it's slowly dying, that shit ain't thriving, nigga. It's surviving, but it sure ain't thriving. That's my fucking plan. So yeah, y'all believe in yourself. And on that note, give glory to Allah. Allah is always with you. Remember Isaiah 61, verse 1. You know, Christ came for the poor. Christ came for those that are brokenhearted, imprisoned, and going through grief. So if anybody dissing people that's poor, that doesn't have it, that isn't, you know, the richest motherfuckers in the world, then you know what that word is. They got a word for that, and it rhymes with, nigga, the word is antichrist, nigga. Christ came for y'all, and that's my people, the hood, the community. I'll never turn my back on y'all, and I'll never let nobody convince me to turn my back on y'all. Everything I do is for my people and God. And if niggas ain't trying to help me do that mission, then to be honest, all due respect, you can miss me with that bullshit. So yeah, you know what? I'm gonna do an extra subject, simply because, you know, I was walking in the darkness. You know, you gotta shine bright through it. But look at this view. Look at this view in New York that's coming up. This shit looks so beautiful. I just want to do one more topic. Look at this thing. You see that? Looks so beautiful, don't it? It looks so beautiful, right? It looks so beautiful. So the next topic I'm gonna talk about, you know, Allah blesses me with a spontaneous mind, so I'm just gonna throw one out. The next topic is I'm gonna talk about the power of patience, because patience has been a big topic for me recently. Now, in life, there's gonna be a lot of shit that just stresses you out. It's gonna be a lot of things that pushes you to the brink. It's gonna be a lot of things that makes you question even if God exists. Like, man, if God exists, why is he doing this to me? Etc., etc. Why am I going through these tough times? Another very important aspect to learn about is the power of patience. In Proverbs 16:32, Solomon explains that a man that's slow to anger and a patient man is stronger than a man that can take over a whole city. So he's saying the true strength is patience and calmness. So just know, whenever you're going through a situation that's testing your patience or calmness, remember, it's testing. It's testing. God is testing your patience and your calmness. And just remember, even in the book of James in the New Testament, how James said, remember the trial of Job and how he had to endure patiently. The reason the Quran tells us to remind each other to be patient, sabr, or sabr, S-A-B-R. The reason the Quran reminds us to be patient, because you'll never know what God is testing you for in order to reveal to you afterwards. Now, there's a story in the Quran, I believe it's chapter 18, verses 60 through 82, where Moses meets some man who's called Al-Qadr in Quranic tradition, the green one. Some people say that's where George Lucas got the inspiration for Yoda from, the green one. So Moses meets this man, and this man is basically, Moses is asking this man questions like, yo, what are you doing? Like, and the man said, look, you don't have the patience in order to walk with me and for me to explain everything to you. You don't have the patience to hear it all. So Moses, of course, is like, man, what are you talking about? Like, I definitely have patience, man. Try me. If I don't have patience, then just dismiss me. So long story short, Moses witnesses the man do three things. He witnessed the man put a hole into a ship full of poor people. He witnessed the man kill a young boy. And he witnessed the man patch up an old wall that was falling apart. So Al-Qadr, on the last thing he did, which was patch the wall up that was falling apart, Moses asked him again, what is he doing? Now, each time Moses asked him what was he doing, Al-Qadr said, listen, I told you didn't have the patience to bear with me. Until finally, when Moses asked the last question, he said, this is where we depart, because now I told you, as promised, you wouldn't have the patience to bear with me. So long story short, the man explains to Moses that the reason he did all of those things was for a specific reason that Allah commanded him. For one, he broke the ship full of poor people because there was pirates at sea that when they seen a nice ship, they took them over. So he broke the ship to make the ship look unattractive to the pirates. Secondly, he killed the boy. And Moses said that's wrong unless that boy, committed murder against someone else. And Al-Qadr told Moses that Allah told him to kill this boy because he was a disgrace to his parents and Allah was going to give them a better child. And then lastly, when Al-Qadr was patching up the wall, Moses was like, yo, why are you doing this for free? You can get money for this. And Al-Qadr told him basically that this wall belonged to, there's a treasure inside of this wall that belongs to orphans of this man. And he was patching the wall up so that when they became older, they could collect the treasure and that no one could steal it before then. So long story short, the story is just an allegory for you to understand that you're not going to know the reasoning for everything. This reasoning isn't the be all. Revelation is the be all, because there's certain things you can't reason, you don't understand, you're not going to get the summary of until it's presented to you. You can study day and night, you can work hard all day for the rest of your life. If God doesn't want to reveal that truth to you, it'll never be revealed. So his revelation is above all. If he doesn't want to reveal it to you, it's a waste of time even trying, because you have to have patience. Now, knowing that doesn't mean don't try, but it just means if you try, don't stress yourself if the answer doesn't come. Because a lot of times when the answer comes, It'll come in a form that you didn't understand. So you'll have something come to you and you'll be like, oh, that's what that means, man. I didn't even know that. I'm thinking it was something else. And that's what that story proved with Moses and Al-Qadir, is that you have to wait for God's perfect timing to reveal things to you. Don't try to speed through things and make sure everything is on your timing. Sometimes it's on God's timing to reveal to you certain things, but you have to have patience until then. When you practice patience and calmness, calmness is the ability to be slow to anger, and patience is the ability to be calm while waiting for a result. So when you add those two things together, you have a person that's very stoic and very poised. And then once the answer comes to you, you'll be prepared. You're not going to freak out. You're not going to, underappreciate it or over, you're not going to take it for granted. You're going to appreciate it for what it is, which is a revelation from the Most High, Allah. So that's the importance of patience. So practice patience in your everyday life. If there's something that's making you wait, take that as a sign from God to allow you to practice patience, which in the end is going to be the most important thing. Remember in the book of Revelation how Jesus keeps saying, I know your patience, I know your work and your love and your patience, and how you have endured those who are evil. In the first 3 chapters of the book of Revelation, Jesus says paid the word patience about 5 to 10 times. And it's to ingrain in you that patience is a virtue that must be practiced for the saints of God. And actually, there's a verse in the book of Revelation, I forgot, but it says, here is the patience of the saints, those who keep the commandments of God and the faith of Jesus. So that's the patience. Stay patient in your faith and in your belief, and things will be revealed to you. Ironically, that's the book of Revelation, the book of revealing, unveiling. So as God unveils the truth to you, just be patient and watch. And stay calm, because it's a bumpy ride. So yes, y'all, it's Goldmine checking out. Love and peace to all y'all. Make sure y'all love one another. Appreciate everybody that's with you tonight. Let's keep your spirits high, man. We're going to do this day by day. I love y'all. Peace.